Hey y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, my name is Summer. I'm so glad that you could find me here. Hopefully you stick around. All right, but this here is a Scorpio Sun Moon Rising sign reading for June 2021. All right, so Scorpio, right? You were one of the signs that I didn't do a mid-month reading for May. Because of that, I would like to do a bonus reading for y'all for the month of June. So comment down below, what kind of reading you'd be interested in seeing, right? Love, pick a card, whatever it is. Like if you have an idea, something that you'd like to see here, let me know down below so I can get that to you for the month of June. All right, but Scorpio, let's talk here. So I kind of get the feeling like you may be rushing certain things, right? You could be like, I don't know, it gives me the vibe, right, that you may be like moving into like this new space in your life, like a whole new world, you know what I mean? But you may be kind of like rushing it. You could be like spending a lot of time focusing on like what other people are doing or what other people think. But I feel like, your shadow, so to speak, may be showing up for you, be it currently or in the month of June. And it's like important that you be aware of like your own, I hate to say demons, but that's what's coming to my mind. So it's like being aware of like your own fears, your own insecurities, your own like character flaws. That's a good phrase. Right? So that they're not like controlling you or kind of getting you into any kind of trouble or making it just hard for you. Okay? But let's see here what's going on. So bottom of the deck here we have make a move. And then we have water magic, speak your mind in the reverse, and seasonal harvest in reverse. Excuse me. Okay, looking at this, I want to say make sure that you're being honest about what it is that you want to the people in your life, but also to yourself, right? Because I kind of get the feeling you may be, right? I feel like this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about like you may be focusing on what is expected of you or what other people want from you or what you think you should be doing. Right, and when I look at this image, it's like you could be like almost not completely present. It's like you're just kind of going with it. Which may be leading to some like unhappiness. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into your spread. Right, I feel like it's important that you don't kind of like put your feelings on the back burner to kind of what's the word, just make other people feel better or to make other people happy. Right? It's almost like you may have a lot of feelings or a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts that you may not be voicing because you may not want to rock the boat here. So you're just kind of going with it. For some of you, this could be within a relationship. For others of you, this could be, you just may be kind of, like overwhelmed with like everyday life. You could have kids and it could just be kind of, a lot going on. So you're just kind of going with the flow. But I feel like with that, you may not be paying attention to your own needs, your own feelings, your own desires. And I feel like it's time for a change in that regard. But let's get into your spread here. Alright, so bottom of the deck here we have the Star. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I feel like some of you may be putting your own needs and desires on the back burner to please other people. As soon as I looked at these, what came to my mind is that line from Baby Boy, mama gotta have a life too, right? Listen, mama gotta have a life too. Yeah, some of you here could be feeling like you're taking on a lot of the weight when it comes to, or like a lot of the weight or responsibilities when it comes to certain relationships, be it, with your kids or within your romantic relationships, within your family. You could be just feeling like you have a lot on your plate. And you may be wanting someone to kind of come in and support you, but you may not be voicing that. That's kind of what I'm getting here. You may not be voicing that. And it's kind of time for you to, I feel, kind of really express what it is that you're feeling, express what's going on within you. Because I feel like you may be bottling it up here. And that needs to change. Because I feel like you may bottle it up and it may come out in the worst ways. Yeah, some of you here could just be like really focusing on like getting your anger under control. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like you may be really wanting to control like your anger or like your emotions. And because of that, you may not be saying everything. Right? But people aren't mind readers. I mean, some are, but you have to like express yourself, right? It doesn't mean you have to kind of get, rowdy, but you have to express what it is that's going on. You can't expect things to change if you're not like being open and honest about what's going on, what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you need. Right, there may have been like a need for like a change in your like your budget. That's also kind of what I'm getting here. Like you may have been spending a little bit more, and like now it's like you may have to spend less in order to put towards something else, you know what I mean? Yeah. But for some of you could kind of like, I keep saying this, but you could be kind of quiet about like what's going on. I feel like within your home, within your heart, within your mind. And kind of like putting on like a tough or a brave face in order to kind of save face. But I feel like it's time for you to just like to kind of stop thinking that you have to present yourself in a certain way in order to be appreciated or accepted or loved, you know what I mean, or respected. It's like needing to be honest with yourself about what's going on, to be honest with the people around you about like what's going on with you, how you're feeling, what you need. Right? Because I feel like there are people here that want to kind of help and support you. But they can't do that if they don't know how. Right? And it may be beneficial for you here to just to find a different way to let off steam, right? But also to be more expressive. Like, I keep saying that, but that's really what I'm getting here. It's like important that you be more expressive about what it is that you need, and to kind of let go of any like habits or beliefs that kind of keep you as the one that's taking on all of the burden, right? Because you could have kind of found yourself in a role where you're the one that's expected to do everything for everyone, and you kind of just roll with it. And it's like you can't expect it to change if you're not like, hey yo, I need help, or I need you to do this, right? It's like needing to kind of lead and to delegate. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, you're kind of moving towards a space where you're with this Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups, where you're kind of, you may just need some you time, right? Where you kind of reconnect with yourself. You kind of find clarity by kind of connecting with yourself, loving on yourself, and kind of disconnecting from this idea that you have in your mind about how everything is supposed to look, how everything is supposed to be, and just kind of being more open to things happening in different ways, right? But I want to clarify here. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Now, so we have Judgment showing up again. We have Death. Showing up again, right? We have Death twice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's time for you to do more of what feels good, even if people don't understand, or even if people feel like it's the wrong thing. You know what I mean? It's time for you to do what you feel is right for you, because you can't take care of and be good to other people if you're not doing the same for yourself. And I feel like it's a need for like a change in dynamic when it comes to your family life, when it comes to your home life, when it comes to your relationships, how you show up in those relationships, with the people that are closest to you. You may not ask for what you need. You may, just want people to give it to you because you feel like they should know that you need this or that you want this. And it's like, no, like you like you have to be like more expressive about what's important to you, what you need, what feels good, what feels right, what doesn't, right? And I feel like you may not do that because you may not be connecting with yourself in that way, and it's time for you to connect with yourself in that way. What is it that you want? What feels good for you? What do you feel like you're lacking? You know what I mean? If you're not kind of asking yourself those questions, if you don't know that for yourself, it's going to be hard for you to communicate that with other people, right? So it's a need to reconnect with yourself here, but also with the present, right? You could be spending a lot of time focusing on the past or the future, or even like your idea about what life is supposed to look like. And ooh, sorry, my stomach's grumbling. And that's making it hard for you to kind of be present and to really know and understand what's going on with you, what you're feeling, what you feel you may be lacking. You feel what I'm saying? So it's time for you to kind of change the way that you're showing up for yourself and for others, right? Because I feel like the way that you show up in your relationships with other people is also a reflection of how you're showing up for yourself. So if you're, I don't know, kind of controlling, or you're expecting a lot, like you have really high standards, and when someone doesn't meet your standards, you kind of get angry, or, you could be doing the same thing to yourself. Most likely you are. And, it's time for you to kind of create a better or more healthy dynamic with yourself and with others. And it kind of starts with your relationship with yourself, but also your relationship with the divine. Okay? Yeah, look at that. The star coming up twice. Look at that. Yeah, it's about your connection to yourself and your connection to the divine here. Because those main relationships are reflected back to you through the relationships that you have with other people, right? So if you may be feeling kind of disconnected from the divine or disconnected for yourself, it's going to show up in your other relationships. If you're feeling like kind of lost or hopeless, or like things aren't working with your connection to the divine or your connection to yourself, right? It's important that you focus on, healing that. Okay? But let's see if the ancestors have anything they'd like to add. And then we're going to get your affirmation and crystal for the month, as well as some oracles for further guidance. Okay? Oh, wow. All right. So let's see. So we have Spirit who recently passed speaking. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts and memories. I love you. So if you have an ancestor or a loved one who passed recently, they're showing up in the reading just to let you know that they know you thinking about them. and that they love you and they appreciate you, okay? Yeah. So I feel like your ancestors really want you to spend more time connecting and working with them in whichever way you feel most comfortable, right? If you have an ancestor altar, make sure that you're spending time at your altar. If you, visit your ancestors by, at their gravesite, make sure you're doing that. Because I feel like they want to help and support you, but the only way they can do that is if you kind of allow them into your life, by, communicating with them, talking to them, asking them for help and support for your highest and greatest good. Okay. Let's see what else. So we have spirit is listening, spirit is present, ask the right questions, avoiding bigger issues to address small ones. Yeah. So it's like you may be it's totally kind of going back to what I was saying. Like you may be looking at the relationships in your life and kind of seeing issues or seeing problems. And it's like, it's not that it's not just a relationship. It's something deeper than that going on here. And rather than kind of focusing so much on the other people and what they're doing, it's time for you to really kind of sit down and figure out what's going on within you that may be making it hard for you to connect, or making it hard for you to express yourself, or making you feel like, attacked, or like people don't understand you. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but also like it'd be good for you to kind of create more routine within your life, right? To focus more so on your spiritual practices, whatever that may be, prayer, meditation, however it shows up for you in your life, right? To kind of keep you grounded, to keep you present, so that you're not focusing so much of your attention on the things that are out of your control, but that you're kind of giving those things to the divine, so that you can focus on what is within your control, which is mainly only you. You feel what I'm saying? Rather than, kind of arguing with your partner, or, bickering with your kids or what have you. It's like letting go of the things that are out of your control and focusing on what is in your control. Right? So make sure that you're creating practices and rituals and routines for yourself that keep you of sound mind and sound heart. You feel what I'm saying? So if you need to work out in order to feel your best, make sure you're doing that on a consistent basis. If you need to listen to Young Jeezy and Yo Gotti, at 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, make sure that you're doing the things for you that help you to feel your best, so that you're showing up as your best self in your relationships, at work, just in all areas of your life, right? Because if you're not making that time for yourself, then it's going to show up in your interactions with other people. You may be feeling, angry or irritated, you know what I mean? And it may not be that the other person is doing anything. They could be. But even if they are, it's like there shouldn't be anything that anybody does that kind of gets you off your square. Okay? But let's get your crystal for the month, as well as your affirmation. Okay. So we have here Labradorite, see the magic. Yeah, it's like needing to see the good within you, right? You could be spending a lot of time focusing on what's wrong. And I feel like the Labradorite will help you with kind of your focusing on what is within your control, focusing on the good, seeing the light, you know what I mean? But let's get your affirmation. Right, but also make sure that you're kind of practicing gratitude. Ooh, whoa. All right. It says, I find joy in the little things and take nothing for granted. It excuse me, y'all. Let me get my words together. Your question to go along with this, right? It says, how can I be more observant today? What am I expecting to go right today? All right. And then let's get some angel prayers, and then we're going to close this out with some goddess guidance. Woo! All right. Bottom of the deck, we have new beginning. Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. All right. So we have unconditional love, the divine mother. It says, thank you, divine mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. And then we have balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Yeah, like for the mothers, right? It's important that you have balance within your life, right? That you're not giving too much of yourself, right? That you're making time. Like I said, mama gotta have a life too. Okay, make sure you're making time for yourself, right? And even if you're not, a mother, make sure that you're not like giving so much of yourself that you have nothing left for you at the end of the day. Okay, you need to make sure you're taking care of you. You can't help nobody if you ain't been helped yet. Okay. Oh God. All right. Well, let's get your goddess guidance, and then we're going to close this bad boy out. Yeah, but prayer here, right? If you're feeling overwhelmed, sit down, say a prayer. All right? And let whatever it is that you pray for go. All right? There are certain things that are out of your control. If it's out of your control, give it to the divine and move forward. Okay, so we have here Sulis. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. Yeah, we got a lot of water here. We got the moon showing up. Got the star. Okay, then we have Maeve. Cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And then Mawu. Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. Yeah, I feel like it's time for you to really, I feel like this is just clarifying that more. It's like, and confirming it, right? It's like it's time for you to reconnect with yourself and really focus on giving to yourself what you've been giving to others for so long, right? You may have been overgiving, oversharing, overdoing, to the point where it's kind of left you feeling a bit empty or lost or disconnected from yourself, from the divine. And it's time that you really like sit down and reconnect with yourself, to really love on yourself, right? It may be good here for a cleanse, a spiritual cleanse, whatever kind of cleanse, or just a vacation, whatever it is, so that you can really reconnect with yourself, so that you're not like out here feeling depleted and numb. Okay? Because you can't help nobody if you're not doing well yourself. You can't do for others what you're not doing for yourself. So make sure you're taking care of you, Scorpio. Okay? But that's all I have for you. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, head to the description box for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. All right. But I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.